There are 12 hours in a day, and there are 12 hours in a night. I'm an artist. My day extends those 12 hours into 12 weeks as I sit behind the gentle, cradling wall of vacant canvas, wishing something into existence. My longest time spent on a painting is 8 hours. I spent those hours curled over, hugging something that I wished to nurture, and then I wondered if I would ever be capable of creating something so deeply wonderful that I could step back and thank God for giving me these hands. I was always told to fold my hands together while praying, but everything else I ever did had me open my palms. The only time Jesus' palms were spread was when he was nailed to the cross, and I pray that when I open up my hands to sin, I will not be met with the same fate. I smooth out the canvas, I scribe the words, and I reach out my hand onto yours. I stopped closing my hands to pray, and then I ceased praying, which I realized now had opened up a part of me. It was the parts that were grotesque and vulnerable, and this began reflecting into the art I created. God created the world in 7 days, and I felt as if I had destroyed it in 12 hours. Making art allowed me to put into words everything I was afraid to feel, until I realized that I should fear them. My mother would tightly nail my palms shut just when I had thought she'd love me. She wore the tint mask of my savior and vowed to never let me fly too close to the sun, but that meant that I couldn't fly at all. Most days I feel as if I am working behind the clock. Rolled back between my eyes, reflecting off of my brain are deadlines and close endings. I don't want anything to end. And then I realize that I hunger for something further than I believe that I can achieve. But hope is dangerous. I still believe that I am fully capable of creating something beautiful, something that will be worthy of being called my love. I'm on hour 2 and I reach the conclusion that I don't want to create my love, I want to be worthy. I want to be worth the touch of the hand that feeds me while I feed it the gluttonous art pieces that it craves. I want to shine the same glistening reds and greens present in stained glass windows. I want this physical body to rebirth itself onto a satisfied watercolor page. I want my thoughts intricately mapped out so that I have an explanation for everything that I feel. I want my nervous system webbed out with thick acrylic so that I will be void of worrying and hurt. I want my heart to hum tints of gold, and maybe then will I be warm and at home again. No heart should be forced to beat, as no hands should be clasped shut in prayer. You wouldn't rip the wings off of a bird because then it won't sing for you anymore. I'm on hour 3 and I feel my paint hardening, my brush beginning to stick to the page. I'm seated, but my legs become heavy and I begin to think, what if this is all for nothing? At any second, I could spill water or smudge what I have laid out in front of me. All of what I had created would be lost simply to what only I could remember of it. That's one reason why death scares me, because I realize that the 20 years after, no one will say my name again. I will have no one left to look in the eyes and thank for being near me because I will simply not exist. Maybe that's why I'm an artist. I want to be remembered. No, I want never to die. I'm afraid of death mostly because I can't help but wonder about the fact that I could have made the wrong choice. Maybe I'll burn and my hands will be wound shut once again, but prayer won't save me anymore. It will poke and prod into me as a reminder of how I am disgusting and unworthy of being opened up to breathe, like peeling the skin off of an orange. Or like a bird spreads its wings and flies into the sun. It is the 4th hour. It is the 4th hour. I'm halfway complete and I contemplate the idea that no matter how long I kneel beneath the pews, how many times I pray, or how much of myself I give up unto you, I cannot force you to love me. I could hand you my art materials and beg you to fix me right up, paint me beautiful in your eyes. I want to be adored and adorned in purity, but no matter how guilty you feel for me, you will simply just break all my colored pencils and turn them away. And then I will blame myself for not having the right colors or moving too unsteadily for you to paint across me. I'm sorry that I don't pray anymore. I was always showered with word of how forgiving you are, but in my absence I realized you only forgive those who have nothing for you to forgive. Hour 6, and I wonder what would happen if I shut my hands and my eyes again, if I forgot the touch of love and prayed to be healed again. I was always told the story of how Jesus made the blind man see and how he healed the sick. Can he make my mother love me again? Hour 7, God was the reason she had loved me in the first place. That's when I learned what conditional love meant. God made the world in 7 days, but he took the last one to rest. Resting isn't shutting my eyes, but resting is acquiring the chance to breathe, if only for a moment. I carnally crave light in my lungs, cleaning out everything bad that I had inhaled. Give me a piece of you to carry with me. Hour 8. There are 12 hours in a day and 12 hours in a night. I spent 1 more hour reminiscing on everything that I had lost. I spend 1 hour criticizing my imperfections and 1 more hour with my hands open and offering them up to you. In order to hold hands, both people must unravel their fingers, open their palms, and they have to be vulnerable. The same way Jesus did before his crucifixion. Either the Romans pried his fingers open, or even in his last moments, he forgave them enough to stop fighting. And finally, I figure out why love is so scary. I have to unravel myself as he did. I'm willing to take those nails into my palms now if I am not alone. The acrylic dries, permanently bringing my canvas to life.
The glass illusion only exists during a certain period of time. And why did it? Be able to see it, so move it down more. Alright, am I in the camera?
Yes.
Just this part of my face?
Yeah, your eyes and your nose.
Am I in focus?
No.
Tell me when to stop. Clear.
Stop.
Is it clear?
Yes. It's a little grainy though.
Did that help?
No.
Blurry.
It's so blurry. There.